What is up? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. I have actually realised that I'm wearing the same top t-shirt that I was wearing in last week's video. I can assure you it is very clean, but today we are going to be recreating this cake right here. I did a poll over on my Instagram and you guys said you wanted to see me make it, so here we go. So I have the cake here, which yesterday I had an absolute nightmare. The cake tin that I bought, it leaked through, so I'm only left with like a little one. But I was thinking to make it more symmetrical, you can't even see it, is to cut it out and then stack it. I cut it out into rectangles and then stack it. That might work. But anyway, this is the cake. I have my food colourings, I have my fondant icing, which I thought was white. And then I have this to make the dominoes. So I also have this little switcher thing, which I'm going to have to clean out every time I use it for a different colour, because I only bought one. Stupid, I know. And a massive box of icing sugar. I didn't get a lot of butter though, so I'm a little worried. But first, I'm going to try hard. You know, I failed the last time I attempted to make a cake. I'm going to try and see if I can get this so I can stack it, because I really want to stack it. I want a stacked cake. And the fact that I don't have enough butter, if I cut it like that, I won't have to use a lot of butter to make the icing. So there is always that. I do not have a lot of time on this. I know when you do like crumb coating, you let it sit for like hours. I haven't got time for that. But I'm going to try and see if I can, like I said, cut it into rectangles and hope for the best. So let's get cracking. Okay, so you're not going to see much of me in this video because I want to focus solely on this cake, because I want to get it perfect. Because the last time I screwed up, it was my fault for not focusing because I was too worried about moving the camera. So I'm just going to solely focus on the cake. I have an idea of how I'm going to cut it, I think. Let's just go with it. I cut that cake into a nice square and I didn't even press record. It's going great, it's going great. But this is what I have. So this is what I have now. I did cut off these bits, but I didn't press record, obviously. But I'm gonna try and cut it straight down half and then stack it on each other, so I've still got some height to play around with. And it can be a two-tier, very beautiful cake. Okay, so now that we're recording, I'll try and get it as perfect as possible. Ay, Dios mío. Boom. That's not equal. It's not equal. Hold on, if we stack it. Ta-da! Okay, so it's not the perfect rectangle, but we've got it as good as I can actually get. I don't mind these little, just gives it a little bit of character, shall we call it. But I'm going to crumb coat these. I'm going to put the filling on the inside, but first we have to actually make the butter icing, the buttercream, which I'm a little bit nervous about because I don't know, it seems hard, but when you see it on like a video, it's just the most easiest thing. But I have seen that if you whisk the butter first and then add the icing in, it makes it so much more creamy and it blends better, I guess. I'm not a chef, not a baker, but we are learning. So let's get started on the buttercream. What do we need? By the way, you used milk as well in this. Yeah, that shocked me as well. So icing sugar, milk, vanilla extract, unsalted butter, 100 grams. I'm gonna have to use somebody else's butter. Will 100 grams be enough? is my question. I don't think so, because I've got to put the filling in, then I've got to crumb coat it, but then I've also got to then put another layer on top to make it perfecto. I will see. We will go with the flow and just pray to the gods it works. So I put 300 grams of the butter in here, which it actually doesn't look like a lot, which is quite worrying. If in doubt, I've got loads of marzipan, but it says to use 200 grams of icing sugar. Now because I used 300 of the butter, it's meant to be 200 to 100 grams of unsalted butter, so if we're timing it by 3, that means I need 600 grams. 1 kilogram in this, so pretty much half of it. I'm going to need 3 tablespoons of milk and then 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Don't mess it up. Tablespoon of milk. I have hemp milk, so I'm going to pop that in there. 1, 2, 3. I realise you can't even see what I'm doing, but just pop the milk in. I have some Madagascar vanilla left over from when I used to make cookies dough. Still in date, still in date. It might just be the whole thing, if I'm going to be honest with you. All of it. Doesn't seem right. This just doesn't seem right. And there's butter everywhere. Oh my god. Weirdest thing is, I have to separate it into 3. Technically 3, maybe 4, because I have to do the coating, the crumb coating, get it all nice and fancy, and this might be like a 5-day process. But then I've got to have 1 for the red and then 1 for the blue, so I can swiggle it on and make it all pretty. I don't really think I thought this through. Or just snip the end off. I'm gonna put how many drops? This is gonna go pink first, isn't it? Without spilling it, this colour so far. They said to use gel food coloring because it was better, but I'm starting to think it's not, because this is going pink and it's making it more like liquidy. There, that is like, it's breaking away and you can see some of the white bits like, Okay, so even though this cake is the Puerto Rican flag, this cake doesn't just represent Puerto Rico itself, it is representing South America, Central America, the Caribbean, Mexico, so it represents everybody, not just Puerto Rico itself. But I'm all tidied now and we are going to start assembling said cake. I'm very scared. Okay, so this is our cake. I'm hoping to, which is the better way to show you, just in half. No, I was going to cut it in half and then stack it again, but I've just realised the only reason I'm cutting it in half was because I don't have enough icing. So, cut it in half and just figure the rest out. Right now it's looking like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't going to do like the chrome coating and go all fancy, whoops. I've kind of had to. Obviously the chrome coating is essential. It's like the primer to the foundation. But also we are solidifying, so I need the buttercream to harden so the rest of it can go on top. Otherwise it will be the Leaning Tower of Pisa that collapsed. So far we have the bases covered pretty much. Nice and not neat, but it doesn't need to be neat. It just needs to stand up. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge for about half an hour to an hour, and then we're going to get ahead and start on our dominoes and the star, which I now realise I didn't buy a star cookie cutter, so I'm going to have to freehand it. Okay guys, now it's time for the serious business. Making the dominoes. So, I have never used fondant icing or roll icing or any kind of icing whatsoever. Not this kind anyway. Do you use a rolling pin with some flour or some icing sugar just so it doesn't stick? I don't know. I don't know. Should I wing it and just hope for the best? How thick should I make the dominoes? I have real dominoes. I could probably just like measure it against each other. It's not rock solid, but we are going to work with it. It's a little bit more sturdy than what it was. So, the leftover of this, I'm just going to pop it around there. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be one of those like, you know, like naked cakes. But yeah, I made my star here and my two dominoes, which I need to put the little black dots on, the numbers, and then we are good to go. Okay, so now that I have the blue in here, I'm going to attempt to make a little V kind of triangle situation. This is where it's going to go tits up, basically. Okay, so I don't have any white icing in. The only icing I've got is what's on the cake, and that's pretty much, it's not white. So I'm going to use the fondant icing and put strips in. So I've got the strips of white next to the red. But it's hard work. This is hard work. God dang it. I'm definitely not going to the Great British Bake Off anytime soon. Okay, so I don't really have enough room to work with. I do have these strips here. Oh my god, I've got red on it. Oh! I can just turn it over. These are going to go on here, but because we don't have enough room, I'm going to see if I can try and get it all on. I feel like I've made this bit too big, like too wide. But we're going to work with it. We're going to see, we're going to make it work. Okay, we're going to make it work. Oh my goodness. What the hell? That looks incredible. Oh, if you could see my face right now, oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. Now all we have to do is put on the star and the dominoes. For some reason, I didn't think of the size of the cake to the dominoes, nor the star. That's the star. Ah, we got a big star. That star's huge. And for the dominoes, I think I'm just gonna stick. Oh, covered. For the dominoes, I think I'm just gonna pop them on the side. I think. As I just break them apart and make two small little dominoes. That is what I'm going to do because I really want the dominoes on the top. Okay, I will be right back and I will have the dominoes done. Guys. Obviously it doesn't look professional, it doesn't look like the picture, but I'm proud. Proud. Look at it! Whoa, you got the dominoes. You gotta know. I love it. We're just gonna ignore all this. This is where the action is. Well, I am absolutely exhausted now. The cake is looking good. I hope you all enjoyed this. I know it wasn't like a professional, cutesy, nice artsy cake, but challenge yourself. Because you never know, you might just surprise yourself. And I surprised myself. This turned out better than the last cake that we tried to make. This one's standing. This one hasn't melted. I will leave a link to that one up here. But anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please smash that subscribe button. Also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you don't want me to make any more cakes, also give it a thumbs up because it's very time consuming. With that being said, I will see you in the next week's video. Hasta luego.
Put the place up, yeah we know what we made of. Can't get enough of you, boo, I'm